Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, where we are in season 16 entitled Winning the Mental Game for Kids. As many of you know, this season is built off of my book, Winning the Mental Game, the Playbook for Building Championship Mindsets. I'm going to give you a little insight here. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't going to do a season 16 of the podcast. We have a lot going on in our world. I have the opportunity to serve as the Chief Culture and Leadership Development Officer for Lippert, which is a global publicly traded manufacturing company. I serve as the mental performance coach and culture coach for LSU football with head coach Brian Kelly. We have a beautiful 1.5-year-old little Miss Eliana Bell that graces our lives in a very busy way in this toddler stage. And so I thought, you know what? We have a lot of content out there. Let's maybe take a break this season. But I had 3 people in the course of 10 days say to me, Dr. Selking, we need to do something specific for kids. And it spoke right to my heart. And I figured, you know what? We do. And so this season, kids, is for you. So at this point, I'm done talking to any adults and we're going to turn it over to the kids, because here's the reality. We need you to be your best self. And I firmly believe that we can do that if you learn how your brain works, how it impacts how you show up, and then you have some tools and strategies that you can use to train your brain, to discipline yourself, to manage your emotions, to show up as the best you that you can on a day-to-day basis. In your classroom, on your athletic teams, in your music room, in your homes, in your communities, at your friends' houses. You have more power and control than you know. And I don't want you to underestimate your youth or underestimate the power that you have to not only change your world, but change the world around you and the broader world at large. So in episode 1, we talked about the power of our thoughts and how you get to choose your thoughts and how positive and productive thoughts can help us lead to good emotions, which leads to good body states, which helps us perform well. And the good thing about knowing that is a lot of people are just emotional. If they're mad, they run away with their anger. If they're sad, they run away with their sadness. But now you know that you get to choose your thoughts, and your thoughts can actually shift how you feel. We also learned in episode 2 that repeated thoughts, those thoughts that we think over and over and over again, build mindsets or protein patterns or Instagram filters, right, on our brain and change how we see ourselves in the world around us. So we need to be very careful with our thoughts, because our thoughts become our reality because they're our mindsets. And so in this episode, we're officially diving into the first mental play of our playbook. And play number 1 is awareness, because you have to be aware before you enhance. In the book, we break down 5 different aspects of awareness. But for you today, I want to talk about one specific element of that. And that's being aware of your strengths. A lot of times, we tend to just focus on what we're not good at. And honestly, that's not helpful. We've all been given certain gifts, certain talents. There's a really awesome quote from Einstein that said, if being smart was learning how to climb a tree, a fish would spend his entire life feeling stupid. Guess what? Monkeys would feel like they're the smartest animals in the world, right? Just like animals, it's obvious with animals, right? We wouldn't expect a fish to climb a tree. We wouldn't expect a monkey to swim underwater all the time and never come up for air. But yet as people, guess what? We do that to ourselves and we do that to other people a lot. The reality of it is you have a gift. Maybe it's swimming like a fish. Maybe it's climbing a tree like a monkey. Maybe it's crawling like a spider. Who knows what your gift is, but you need to find it. You need to think about and be aware of your strengths. I heard this really cool analogy that when we play to our strengths, it's like focusing on the sail of a sailboat. When we just focus on our weaknesses, it's like spending all the time, plugging holes in the hull of the sailboat. It's important to plug the holes. We all have weaknesses too. And we need to plug the holes in our weaknesses so that our sailboat doesn't sink. But if we focus on building and growing our strengths, that is our sail, we'll be able to catch more wind and go further, faster, and enjoy the journey versus always feeling like we're not good enough because we're a fish and we can't climb a tree. So I want you to start to be aware of your strengths. And then I want you to, there's another aspect of awareness that as kids, I think it's really important that we're aware of. I want you to become aware of the influence of people around you. So when you go to practice or when you go to class or when you go home or hang out with your friends, just start looking around. Start observing other people. Start to become aware of each person. Are they having a positive or negative influence on the environment or the space that they're in? Then I want you to start thinking, am I letting their influence affect me? If it's a positive influence, great. If it's a negative influence, are you going along with negative or bad choices because this other person that you think is important or influential is impacting you? The whole purpose of this season is to help build your courage and your confidence so that you can make right choices, choices that put you in a position to be successful, to be your best self and bring your gifts and talents to the world. And I firmly believe that as you start to build your mental strength and start to learn how to win your mental game, which this season is going to help you do, you will have the courage and the confidence to stand up to those negative influences in the world around you. And so at the end of every episode, we have some championship mindset training, things that you can do to start to build this aspect of your mental game in your own life. And so this week, here's your championship mindset training. Your training is to identify 3 strengths that you have, things that make you unique, things that make you special, even if it's different than people around you. In fact, that's usually when you start to tap into what my strengths actually are. Maybe you're really, really creative. Maybe you see how numbers fit together in a really unique and powerful way. Maybe you're wonderful with words. You can put a sentence together, or you can identify when sentences aren't structured properly. Maybe you have a gift for symmetry, or you can see balance. Or maybe when you walk outside, you are just captivated by the beauty of the world around you and nature. That's unique. Those are gifts. Those are strengths. You shouldn't feel bad about them. You shouldn't shy away from them. Sometimes our gifts are things that are so natural to us, we don't even realize that they're gifts. But this week, I really want you to work on and focus and write down what are 3 strengths that you have. And then I want you to start to think about and see the environments that you're in. Where are the good influences? Where are the bad influences? And how can I start to play to my strengths in those moments to help be a force for good? Not bad, not negativity, a force for good. You have the capacity to do that when you play to your strengths and when you win your mental game. We covered some good ground today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you took away some key lessons. But if you'd like some additional information or more resources, you can check those out on our website at www.selkingperformance.com. You can find our podcast there, my book there, Winning the Mental Game, all of our social media platforms. You can follow us at Champ Mindsets. And then if there's anything specific that we could do to come alongside you on your performance journey, please let me know. You can email me directly, Dr. Selking at selkingperformance.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've been listening to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, and from the locker room to the boardroom, I just want to encourage you to continue building your championship mindset.